Did you know Taylor Swift earns more in a single day than most people make in a year? Her billion-dollar empire isn't just about catchy songs, it's a masterclass in strategy, resilience, and sheer brilliance. Today, we're peeling back the curtain to reveal the secrets behind her rise to becoming the richest female musician in the world. Buckle up, Swifties, because this is going to be a wild ride. Taylor Swift, the name alone sparks images of sold-out stadiums, chart-topping albums, and a fan base so loyal they could probably run a small country. As of 2025, her net worth stands at a jaw-dropping $1.6 billion, making her not just a pop icon, but a financial powerhouse. But how did a small-town girl from Pennsylvania transform into a global superstar with an empire that rivals major corporations? Was it just talent, or is there something more? Hidden strategies, bold risks, and maybe even a few industry secrets. In this video, we're diving deep into the untold story of Taylor Swift's billion-dollar empire, uncovering the moves that made her untouchable. From her early days strumming a guitar in Nashville to shattering records with her Eras tour, we'll explore the challenges she faced, the genius decisions she made, and the one pivotal moment that changed everything. So if you're ready to discover what's really behind Taylor Swift's success, let's get started. Presentation of problem. Let's rewind to 2006. A 16-year-old Taylor Swift steps into the cutthroat world of the music industry with her self-titled debut album. She's a country music hopeful with big dreams, curly hair, and a guitar. But the music industry? It's a maze of gatekeepers, record labels, managers, and executives who often hold the keys to an artist's future. For a young woman in a male-dominated field, the odds were stacked against her. How do you stand out when you're just another teenager with a dream? Taylor faced challenges that would have broken most artists. First, there was the pressure to conform. Labels wanted her to fit the mold of a typical country star, but Taylor had a vision that stretched beyond Nashville's honky-tonk scene. She wanted to write her own songs, tell her own stories, and connect with fans in a way that felt real. But authenticity doesn't always pay the bills, at least not at first. Early on, she dealt with skepticism from industry insiders who doubted a teenage girl could write hits that resonated with millions. Then came the public scrutiny. As her fame grew, so did the media's obsession with her personal life. Every breakup, every feud, every red carpet moment was dissected under a microscope. In 2009, when Kanye West interrupted her acceptance speech at the VMAs, the world watched as a 19-year-old Taylor was forced to smile through humiliation. That moment wasn't just a blip, it was a turning point that showed her how brutal fame could be. Yet she didn't crumble. Instead, she turned pain into power, channeling it into her music. But the biggest challenge? Control. In the music industry, artists often sign away their rights to their own work. When Taylor signed with Big Machine Records, her masters, the original recordings of her songs, belonged to the label. For years, she poured her heart into albums like Fearless, Speak Now, and 1989, only to realize she didn't fully own them. By 2019, when Scooter Braun acquired Big Machine, and with it the masters to her first 6 albums, Taylor faced a nightmare scenario, losing control of the music that defined her. Dramatic pause. How do you fight back when the industry you helped build seems to turn against you? That's where the real secrets of Taylor's empire begin to unfold. Exploration. Taylor Swift didn't just overcome these challenges, she rewrote the rules of the game. Let's break down the hidden strategies that turned her into a billionaire and a cultural juggernaut. Strategy 1. Building a loyal fan base. First, let's talk about the Swifties. Taylor's fans aren't just listeners, they're a community, a movement, almost a cult in the best way possible. From day one, Taylor understood the power of connection. She didn't just sing to her fans, she spoke to them. In the early 2000s, when MySpace was the social media king, Taylor was there, commenting on fans' posts, inviting them to secret listening parties, and even hosting them at her house. She made fans feel like friends, and that loyalty paid off. When she released Evermore and Folklore in 2020, fans didn't just buy the albums, they bought multiple vinyl variants, streamed the songs on repeat, and turned her music into a cultural moment.
According to industry reports, 1 in every 15 vinyl albums sold in the US in 2023 was a Taylor Swift record. That's not just fandom, that's market domination. By engaging directly with fans through social media, Easter eggs in her lyrics, and heartfelt thank you notes, Taylor created a bond that's worth millions, maybe billions. Strategy 2. Masterful branding and reinvention. Next, let's talk about Taylor's knack for reinvention. Every album is an era, a new chapter in her story. She went from country sweetheart with Fearless, to pop titan with 1989, to indie folk poet with Folklore. Each shift wasn't just a creative choice, it was a branding masterstroke. She didn't chase trends, she set them. When she dropped 1989 in 2014, it sold 1.287 million copies in its first week, making her the first artist to have 5 albums sell over 1 million units in their debut week. But that wasn't just about music. Taylor's aesthetic, think red lipstick, vintage dresses, or the moody vibes of Midnights, became a blueprint for her brand. She even turned her personal life into part of the narrative, weaving breakup songs and personal stories into her albums. Lover or hater, you couldn't look away. And that's exactly what she wanted. Strategy 3. Business acumen. Now let's get to the money. Taylor's not just an artist, she's a CEO. She formed her own management company, Taylor Swift Touring, and acts as its leader. Her parents, with backgrounds in finance, likely helped sharpen her business savvy, but Taylor's instincts are her own. Take her Eras tour, which ran from March 2023 to December 2024. It wasn't just a concert series, it was a global phenomenon that grossed over $2 billion in ticket sales, making it the highest-grossing tour of all time. She earned an estimated $13.6 million per show, and that's before merchandise, which raked in $200 million in 2023 alone. Taylor also made history with her concert film, Taylor Swift: The Eras Tour. By striking a deal with AMC Theaters for a 50% cut of ticket sales, she bypassed traditional studios and pocketed an estimated $95 million from its opening weekend. That's the kind of move that makes Hollywood executives sweat. But Taylor's real genius lies in how she tackled the music industry's biggest flaws. In 2014, she pulled her entire catalog from Spotify to protest their low royalty rates for artists, writing a bold op-ed in the Wall Street Journal. She later took on Apple Music in 2015, calling out their unpaid trial period for artists. Both times she won. Spotify and Apple adjusted their policies, proving her influence wasn't just commercial, but systemic. Her fight for artist rights didn't stop there. When she couldn't buy back her masters from Big Machine, she didn't give up. Instead, she hatched a plan so audacious it would redefine her career. Suspenseful music builds. What was it? Let's head to the climax. In 2019, Taylor Swift faced a crisis that could have derailed her empire. Scooter Braun's acquisition of Big Machine Records meant her first 6 albums, her life's work, were no longer hers. For most artists, this would have been the end. But Taylor? She doesn't play by anyone else's rules. Her solution was revolutionary. She decided to re-record her albums. Starting in 2021, she released Fearless, Taylor's version, Red, Taylor's version, Speak Now, Taylor's version, and 1989, Taylor's version, with Reputation, Taylor's version, and her debut album following. These weren't just nostalgic re-releases, they were a power move. By owning the masters of her re-recorded albums, Taylor regained control of her music and devalued the originals owned by others. The results? Staggering. 1989 Taylor's version sold 1.359 million copies in its first week, outpacing the original. Fans rallied behind her, streaming and buying the re-recordings in droves. By June 2025, Taylor bought back the rights to her original masters for an estimated $360 million, a hefty price, but one that experts say will pay off through increased royalties and licensing opportunities. This wasn't just a business decision, it was a statement to the industry. Taylor Swift is in charge. This moment reshaped her relationship with her fans, who saw her as a champion for artists' rights. It also sent a message to every musician watching: you can fight back and win. Pause for effect. But how did this all add up to $1 billion empire? Let's wrap it up. Taylor Swift's $1 billion empire isn't just about hit songs or sold-out tours. It's about resilience, strategy, and rewriting the rules. She turned challenges like industry control, public scrutiny, and personal setbacks into opportunities. Her fan base, built on genuine connection, became her greatest asset. Her reinventions kept her relevant, while her business moves like the Eras Tour, her concert film, and re-recording her albums made her untouchable. As of June 2025, her net worth is $1.6 billion, with $600 million from royalties and touring, $600 million from her music catalog, and $125 million from real estate. She's the first musician to become a billionaire solely through songwriting and performing, a feat that sets her apart from peers like Rihanna or Beyoncé. But beyond the numbers, Taylor's story is about taking control. She fought for her music, her fans, and her vision, proving that talent plus strategy equals unstoppable success. Whether you're a Swiftie or just curious, her empire is a masterclass in how to build something extraordinary in a world that's always trying to hold you back. So what do you think of Taylor Swift's $1 billion empire? Are you inspired by her fight for control, or do you think there's more to the story? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. If you loved this deep dive, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video on another music icon shaking up the industry. Want more? Check out our video on how Beyoncé built her empire, linked in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Waves and fades out.